Come to find your seat to start. And if it feels uncomfortable or it's difficult for you to sit really tall in your spine, then sit on something like a little blanket or a cushion or something like that, just under your bum, so that you can have your hips a little higher than your knees. And that will make it more easy to sit. And once you're sitting, then just close your eyes and do nothing else. We'll just sit for a moment just in stillness. Keep the physical body very, very still. And even see that you can keep your eyeballs very still. In yoga, there's a branch of classical Ashtanga yoga called Pratyahara, and it's the practice of drawing our senses inwards. And so before we begin any kind of a physical movement practice, we take the time to sit and start to draw that sense, the senses inwards, starting with the eyes, by closing our eyes. And we start to draw the mind inwards by anchoring it to your breath. And not just anchoring it to the breath itself, but also anchoring it to the movement of the breath within the body. So let's just take a moment here now to do that. So anchor the mind onto the breath, follow it for the entire length of the inhale, watching the pause, entire length of the exhale, pause, like that. Simultaneous to that, start to feel the breath expanding in the body and contracting in the body. So spending just a few more moments engaged in that practice, body still and mind completely absorbed by the breath. And then we begin to understand the power of the mind in moving the breath, to direct the breath, or the power of the mind to even experience and have it be the mind. It's dependent on the mind, what that experience will be. So in the context of the breath, I now want you to start to inhale, and using the mind, direct the breath more towards the front of the body, so that you feel the collarbones, upper chest, mid chest, lower chest, belly, everything sort of stretch forwards without moving the physical body at all. Good, and then start to direct the breath now backwards to the back body, so that upper, mid, lower back all start to press out to the wall behind you, or the space behind you. Again, you use the power of the mind to facilitate the movement. Good, and then now let's open up the sides of the body by simply inhaling. Feel that the rib cage is getting wider. Use both the intercostal muscles to stretch open the rib cage even wider, as well as the visualization or imagining that the rib cage is widening, and see how prana follows that imagination. Okay, and then from here, now that we've practiced the directions of the breath, so now when we inhale, and I ask that we inhale expansively in all directions, it's exactly that. It's the forward, sides, back, everything, three-dimensional breathing in all directions. So having said that, let's do 3 Mahat Yoga Pranayama breaths. So that's 3 full inhale breaths expanding in the way that I just described. And then when you exhale, exhale with a whoosh out the mouth. So shh, like that. Okay, so let's do 3 of those. Inhale, expanding, expanding, expanding in all directions, front, sides, back, full, full, and exhale. Again, inhale, expand, 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 and exhale. And one more like that. Inhale, expanding, expanding, expanding even more, and exhale. Okay. So from here, come back to a regular breath, but I want you to count mentally to a duration of 4 seconds on both the inhale and the exhale. So inhale, count mentally 4 seconds up. Exhale, count mentally 4 seconds down. And I just want you to just keep continuing with that. Okay, so you can open your eyes now. And so the reason why I will keep coming back to, and at the start of every movement practice, we'll come back to this connection within, because primarily because, well, I can't think of a primary reason actually, there's many, but some of the key reasons. One is that in the practice of yoga itself, we're doing this physical practice, and also a very large component, in fact, it's a larger component, is the discipline of the mind. And so as we practice our physical movements and the asanas, what we call the asanas in yoga, we keep training the mind to come to this exact moment, to this exact moment. So the breath is really, really key. It's the portal for us to draw the mind from its incessant sort of oscillations, the ones that sort of come out of control almost, just popping into our head. It takes our mind away from that and starts to draw it to a focus on the breath, and so in the moment and in the body. So that is easy enough to say. It takes consistent practice to entrain oneself to sort of come to that space almost every time without even thinking about it. So initially, it's an effort that we have to apply. So throughout the practice, the 4 second cadence in and out is a nice duration, so that 4 seconds at least gives enough time for the breath to travel through the body. So counting the breath mentally is really, really a nice practice in the beginning, especially if you really have a monkey mind. Then it's a consistent thing that you can keep coming to. As you start to train the mind to be here more present, more consistently, you can also start to listen to the subtle sound of the breath. And you can also just feel the breath in the body and ride the mind on the sensations of the body seamlessly. So ultimately, you can hold an awareness of all three of those things simultaneously, that one is not without the other. But initially, even if you just choose one to begin the practice of this discipline of the mind, then it's a good one just to even pick one of those. So the other reason why I draw so much attention to the breath is that eventually it's the breath that becomes your sense receptor. So these eyes, these ears, nose, mouth, touch, all these outer senses, eventually we turn those senses inwards into our practice, and we use the breath and the mind to begin sensing into the inner realm. And that's the essence of yoga practice, is that it's the study of the inner realms. So we begin to use the breath to feel the sensations, the inner body sensations, and which is also why it becomes important to expand the breath in all directions, so that you can imagine that the breath has a whole bunch of little tendrils. And the longer we breathe for, the more attentive we are to the movement of breath in the body, the more we begin to touch the sensations in the body. And then ultimately from that, the importance of all of that is for us to come to that realization that that teacher, that guidance is existing inside of us. So for now, in this in the beginning stages of the Yoga for Recovery program and the Yoga for Recovery videos, this discipline of bringing the mind, body, and breath together into relationship and consistently and over and over and over again will be the theme. Okay, so let's come on to all fours. Okay, from your all fours, look down at your hands and just make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders and your hands and arms are shoulder distance apart. Look down at your fingertips, keep them wide, pointing forwards, and have some integrity, in this foundation. Think of them as like your feet. Okay, from here, I want you to do little tiny clockwise circles over top of the wrist so that you can sort of touch in on all the sensations on the surface of the hand, the outer edges of the palm, each fingertip as the weight shifts over them, and then shift your direction. So just bringing awareness to the importance of the arm lines and the strength and structure of the arms in movement. Okay, come back to a center neutral position here. Without moving anything, press your hands deeper in towards the earth and lift your heart away from the mat so that the arm bones become very straight. The space between the shoulder blades slightly rounds towards the sky here. Okay, good. And then come back to a neutral spine. Good. Let's do that movement one more time. Press your hands, mostly the heels of your hands, actually into the earth, lifting the heart space up. Space between shoulder blade puffs up towards the sky. Good. And then relax the spine back down. Good. On your next in-breath, gently drop the belly down towards the ground. Tilt your tail, heart, and eyes up to the sky. See that your movement matches the length of your inhale. Exhale, start to tuck the tail and round the spine a lot, pressing your hands into the ground like we just did. Tuck your chin. 2 more like that. Inhale, belly gently drops, tail, heart, eyes lift towards the sky. And exhale, tucking the tail, rounding the spine as you press the hands down so that you can really round that upper back towards the sky. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, tail, heart, eyes, everything lifts. And exhale, round, round, round. Tuck the chin. Okay, good. Come back to a neutral spine here. Untuck your feet. Let's sit into a child's pose. So sit your bum back onto your heels. Slowly lower your forehead on towards the ground. You can spread your knees wide here if that makes it easier. And I just want you to spend some breaths here, some 4-second in and out breaths, just feeling the body expand and contract. And just take a moment now in the intimacy of your own body to be with the sensations that you experience. Okay, good. Inhale, come back towards the center, come back to a neutral spine. Okay, and then lift your right leg back behind you and float your left arm in front of you. Your left toes can be tucked. It's easier to stay balanced. Draw the belly in slightly so you feel a sense of support in the spine. Just stay right here and bring your mind onto the breath again. 4-second breath in, 4-second breath out. Just take another moment here to just be in the moment. On your next exhale, bring those 2 points back down to the earth. Good. Inhale your left leg back behind you and now your right arm up above. Same thing immediately. First, you find integrity in the shape. So making sure belly slightly drawn in. Left ball of the foot is gently pressing into space behind you, and you have an awareness that your right fingertips are also plugging into space in front of you. Take a few moments here. Good. Exhale, bring those 2 points down back to the ground. Okay, good. And then come to sit on your bum into a cross-legged position. Okay, once you're in a cross-legged position, take your right and left hand on top of your right knee and turn and position your heart so it's facing the same direction as that right knee. On your in-breath, feel a lengthening through the spine. Imagine that I'm pulling up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin, completely relax the upper body, let gravity take it, surrender the weight towards your hands, forehead towards the hands. And once you're in this space down here, I want you to just gently bounce the body, bounce the forehead up and down from the hands. As you're doing that, make sure you're taking deep breaths so that the inner body is moving. It's actually more important than anything else is that we're keeping the inner body moving. Next time you come down, just stay down, stay right there. Make sure shoulders are relaxed, relaxing elbows, shoulder blades relax. Close your eyes if they're not already closed, and take a few deep breaths in and out here. As you inhale and feel the breath expand through the body, just note where the sensations are in the body. There will be certain key areas. It's different for everybody. Some will be more consistent with people. Some will be really individual to your body. So take a moment, inhale, expand, and just feel the sensations. Take one more inhale breath. And then as you exhale, push your hands into your knees and bring your torso back up. Good. And then turn your body to the left knee. Same thing, orient your heart so it's in the same direction. Use your inhale to lift through the crown, through the waist. Exhale, tuck your chin, surrender the weight all the way down towards the forehead to the knee, all the way down forehead towards the knee rather. And then just keep bouncing here. Bouncing and breathing, bouncing and breathing. 4-second minimum breaths in and out. Good. And then next time you stay down, you just stay down. Stay down, relax everything, still the body completely, and then just start moving the breath. Move the breath, expand the breath, feel, and be present to those sensations that arise and fall as you breathe in and out. Good. One more in breath here. And then as you exhale, gently press your body back up and come to the front. Good. Float your knees up so that the ankles are crossed. And hug your legs in towards you with the crook of your arms. And we'll do some cat-cows from this position. So when you inhale next, I want you to pull your knees in towards you, hug them in towards you. Pull the belly, heart, eyes up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you can slouch the spine a lot, round, 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 round. Tuck the chin, looking towards your navel. Inhale, pull the belly, heart, eyes up towards the sky. Stretch. And then exhale. You can exhale out the mouth as well at any time in yoga, especially if you feel you're holding a lot of tension or holding a lot of stress. Inhale, pull the body forwards and up again. But your in-breaths, inhale through the nose at all times. Good. And exhale, round, 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 round. Okay, good. And then inhale, and then bring your spine to neutral and bring your legs out in front of you. So quite often, I mean, this you might just sense intuitively, but when you inhale or when you exhale out the mouth, as I mentioned, it's a good practice for when you feel like you have a lot to let go. A lot of times it just comes instinctively. If you are wanting to enter into a more meditative practice, then the in and out breath through the nose becomes important. So sit really tall here. Bring your inner feet together, legs together, hands beside your body. And just for a moment, sit as tall as you can. Imagine that you can make a perfect L shape with the body. And then just place your hands on your thighs here once you're there. And then just take a couple breaths just to feel this particular shape in the body. You know, there's like the physical movement that we make. And then when you close your eyes and you take some deep breaths, you start to feel the shape of the body through the breath, through the lens of the breath. Okay, take one more inhale breath. Imagine being pulled up through the crown. When you exhale, hinge from the hips, slide your hands down towards your shins, and just keep the heart and eyes facing forwards towards me or towards the front. Good. Just go as far as the body will initially allow. Okay, good. On your next inhale, again, imagine lengthening the crown forwards or up in the direction that it's pointing. And exhale, slide your hands down a little further. Heart still remains stretching forwards. Okay, right here, I want you to hold the body exactly still, but tuck your chin so you can relax the neck. On your next exhale breath, just imagine that the heart can melt a little heavier towards the legs. And then freeze the body and move the breath. Keep taking your minimum 4 seconds, maybe 5-second breaths if you can. It's also for the sake of keeping the mind, one, in a meditative state, but also it brings a sense of ease to the mind. Slowing down the breath will slow down the mind. Good. Take one more inhale breath here. And then as you exhale, come back upright. Okay, good. Bend your right knee. Take your left hand just to the side. Take your right arm to the inside of this right leg and just catch the inside of this right foot with your hand. Once you have the foot, bring that leg to a 90-degree angle so that the shin is parallel to the floor. Yeah. And begin by just opening and closing this hip. Again, keep taking your in-breath and out-breath here consciously so the mind doesn't leave the breath. Keep listening or counting or just feeling the breath, but keep moving the inner body together with the outer body. Okay, good. Now let's add in a head movement here, opposite head movement. So you can turn the head left when the leg opens to the right and turn the head right when the leg opens to the left or closes to the left. So continue doing that. Left and right. Okay, good. Come back to a neutral position at the front. Take your right foot and bring it to the outside of your left leg. Take your left arm and hug this right leg in towards you. Again, sort of bring it into the crook of your elbow. And then take your right arm just gently behind or beside you, whatever is comfortable. Your left toes are pointing up so that there's no like sloppiness. There's no sloppiness in the movements or in losing awareness of different parts of the body. Inhale and lengthen up through the crown. As you exhale, hug this leg in towards you a little tighter, nothing else. Just that action alone will turn your belly to the right just a little bit more. So inhale, lengthen through the crown, and exhale, hug the leg in again, turn the belly a little more, maybe this time with a bit more effort. So use your inhale breath to lengthen through the crown and use your exhale breath to turn the body. So belly first, then the heart. Slowly start to turn your chin towards your right shoulder without straining the neck. Good. And then let's just spend a few moments here with the eyes closed so that you can just take a listen in. Breathe deeply and listening into the sensations of the body. Good. One more in breath here. And then exhale, come back to the front. Okay, let's switch up our legs. Right leg straight. Let's come into a forward fold again first. So hands on the thighs, sitting very tall. Inhale. Exhale, slide the hands down now towards the ankles as far as you can go without slouching the spine. So heart and eyes forwards. Okay. Take another inhale. And as you exhale again, melt the heart and belly towards the legs, surrendering the weight of the shoulders, everything. And then tuck your chin so you can relax your neck, freeze the body. Again, let's move the breath a few rounds here. So use the breath to actually physically open the inner body, to soften, open, massage, whatever that experience or sensation might be for you, using the breath to open up the inner body. take one more in-breath here. And then exhale, slide your hands back down. Good. Let's bend the left knee now. Right hand just to the side for support. Left arm to the inside of this left leg and catch the inside of this foot and bring the shin parallel to the ground. And then we'll just move into that practice right away, opening and closing the left hip and adding the opposite head movement here. Don't forget to keep breathing and keeping your awareness or attention contained to the inner body, to the movement of the breath inside the body. Okay, good. And then bring your left foot back down to the ground and then place this left foot to the outside of the right leg now. Right arm hugs this left leg in towards you and just place the left hand behind you. But if this is straining, then just bring it out to the side. Again, use your inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, just hug this leg in, and you yourself just feel what the body does when you hug the left leg in. Take another inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, turn the belly a little more, heart a little more. So use a few breaths to spiral open the body. Inhale up. Exhale, turn the chin a little more towards your left shoulder. Close your eyes. Take a moment to still the body and move the breath and be with the sensations again. The opening and closing of the body using the breath. Good. Take one more inhale breath and exhale, turn the body back upright. Good. Okay. Let's just shake out the legs a little bit here. Shake out the hands. Shake out the arms and the shoulders. Okay, good. And then make your way onto your back. Good. Once you're on your back, come into this supine bound angle pose. So bring your feet together and open up the hips. Just bring your arms beside you like a cactus. Elbows are bent, and just see that the arms are able to touch the ground. Just stay right here for a few rounds of breathing just to let the body settle. It takes some time to pass with deep breathing and presence to sort of let the natural course of movement just take place. At all of these moments where we are in these sort of passive poses, we don't just sort of neglect practice or neglect our present moment awareness. It's the best opportunity for us to bring present moment awareness in. So just stay with the breath here. Keep counting mentally 4 or 5 seconds in and out. Hear the subtle sound of your breath. Feel the breath in the body expanding and contracting. And just we keep cultivating this capacity, ability to be here now, as Ram Dass says. Okay, good. Take your hands to the outsides of your thighs so that you can guide your legs slowly back in, and then place your feet to the ground. Bring your inner feet together. Good. And let's just windshield wiper the knees right and left, move slow. As you move slow, you not only can feel more, but if you move slow, you'll prevent a lot of injuries. And then to sync it up with the breath so that the mind is very engaged, you can inhale the knees to the center and exhale the knees to one side. You can inhale the knees to the center and exhale to the other side. Good. Separate your feet hip distance wide, and let's do the same thing. Take an inhale breath first. As you exhale, dropping both knees to one side. Same thing, moving slow, breathing slow. Inhale, knees to the center. And syncing the movement up with the breath. brings a certain kind of refinement to the practice of being exactly here now. Okay, good. Once your knees are at the center, now separate your feet really wide as they'll go, comfortably without strain. And again, same thing, inhaling, and then when you exhale, knees gently fall to one side. Knees to the center. Exhaling to the other side. Just do that a few more times on each side. Good. Next time your knees come to the center, just heel toe your feet back towards each other. Straighten your left leg out, toes pointing straight up. And draw your right knee in towards you and interlace your fingers in front of the right shin. So initially just draw that right thigh, the front top of the right thigh, straight back towards the right side of your torso. Just taking a couple breaths here just to feel it out. Good. And then on your next inhale breath, I want you to lift your head and bring your forehead towards the knee. And on your exhale breath, you'll slowly lower the head back down to the earth. Inhale, forehead to the knee, knee towards the forehead. And exhale. One more. Inhale, forehead towards the knee. And exhale here. Okay, good. Take your fingers and interlace them behind your right hamstring and stretch your right leg up towards the sky. Turn your ankle a bit here, flex and point your toe. Take a moment just to feel the body. Just feel your own body. Flexing, pointing toes, turning the wrist in both directions. Good. And then bend and straighten that right leg a bit here. So just feel for that gentle edge when you straighten your leg where the body naturally stops, and just keep touching that spot as you straighten the leg, just touching it. Good. Now hold it. So find that gentle edge, and I just want you to hold that position there. You can keep your hands interlaced behind the right hamstring, but do little circles on top of the ceiling with your sole of the right foot. And then switch your direction also. Okay, good. And then bend that right knee, interlace your fingers in front of the shin again. This time I want you to bypass the abdomen and draw the right knee in towards your right shoulder, right armpit. And then just take a few breaths here again to feel out the inner space of the body. Okay, and then moving into a supine twist here, land your right foot on top of the left thigh. Bring your left hand to the top of the right knee and just bring your right arm out to the side. Gently draw your right knee all the way to the left as you draw your chin towards your right shoulder. So don't use any force, don't over effort. So you bring a little bit of weight onto that right knee by just resting the hand or the wrist on the knee or on the outer knee. And then consciously comb your awareness through the body from the head to the toe and just relax anything that's holding tension. For example, my left leg was holding tension there, so I just relaxed it. Shoulder blades relax, shoulders relax, forehead, jaws, teeth, tongue. And then just close your eyes, relax, and just let the breath do the work. Our job is just to stay present and to facilitate a deep enough breath that the breath has time to move through the body. And again, just soften what it softens, opens what it opens. And then on your next exhale breath, you can bring the leg back to the center and just straighten your right leg. Good. Bend your left knee in and draw it in towards you. This time interlace the fingers in front of the shin, and we'll draw the top of the left thigh towards the left torso, left side of the chest. Good. Just stay here, a couple breaths. Good. And then on your next inhale breath, lift your forehead, draw the forehead towards the knee and the knee towards the forehead. And exhale, head all the way back down. Inhale, forehead to the knee, knee towards the forehead. And exhale, head down. And inhale, forehead to the knee, knee towards the forehead. And exhale, all the way down. Good. Switch your grip here. Interlace your fingers behind your left hamstring. Slowly, gently straighten your left leg to the sky. And let's find some movement here on the left side in the ankles, turning in both directions, just at your own pace and in your own way. So I'm just guiding certain movements, but you just take some time to explore the ankle, the toes, bending and straightening the leg a bit. Don't forget to keep breathing. Soon as I say, if you have actually lost consciousness of your breathing, as soon as I say bring your attention to your breathing and you start to breathe, your inner body comes alive. And so keep coming back to that sensation or that awareness of the aliveness of the inner body. Good. Straighten and just hold that position there. Let's do some circles on the ceiling with the foot, finding movement in that left hip, and then just move in both directions with your circles. Okay, good. And then bend your left knee, interlace your fingers in front of the shin again, bypass the abdomen, and now draw that knee in towards your left shoulder or armpit. Spend a few breaths here again just to feel out the inner space of the body, the subtle body. Good. And then now place your left foot on top of the right thigh, right hand to the top of the left knee, and the left arm just rests beside you in either a cactus shape or straight out. Now draw your knee to the right and chin towards your left shoulder. And same thing, this is one where I see a lot of over efforting, where people are really yanking this leg over to the right. So avoid that. Add a little bit of pressure so that it's mostly gravity you're assisting. And then relax the right leg and relax everything in the body around what you're doing. And then just start to, again, surrender the mind onto the breath, so that not only does the breath do the work, but it's also teaching you what's going on in your body as it expands and contracts. As it expands, feel the sensations that it highlights and shows. As you exhale and the body contracts, just see what relaxes more or what can let go more. Good. On your next exhale breath, just bring the knee back to the center. Good. And then position yourself into Shavasana. So just bring the legs straight so they're not touching. Feet can flop open to the sides, and arms are beside the body, palms facing up. Close your eyes here. Take a moment to just bring your awareness to the lower half of the body, from the waist all the way down to your feet. And consciously relax this lower half of the body. You can imagine it, visualize it, feel it, whatever it takes. See that you can use the power of your mind to create this a reality in your body. So completely surrender the weight of the lower half of the body, relax it. Let go of all the weight that you hold there. Physical, mental, emotional, everything. Now bring your mind up to the navel center, the belly, front, sides, and back of this whole belly area. And same thing, consciously relax this area. Imagine all the inner and outer tensions dissolving here. And then slowly bring the mind up to the heart space area. This heart space area, I want you to imagine and visualize it as being all the way up to the collarbones, upper chest, under the armpits, upper back, shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades, down the arms, and into the palms. So, this whole area in the body, hold the mind as you again consciously relax and surrender all the weight that you hold here. Take a few more breaths here, using your exhale breath to just relax, surrender. And just imagine you can let go of all tensions, if even just for this moment in time. Okay, now move your mind up to the throat and head area and soften all your facial features and relax the weight of the head completely into the earth. And feel now that the whole body from the crown tip to the fingertips and toe tips are completely relaxed here, completely at ease. And from this space, I want you to, in your mind's eye, visualize a clear blue open sky above you with not a single cloud. Even see the color. And below you, I want you to imagine just being on the earth, directly on the earth. You could be in a field or a mountaintop or anything. Just want you to really get a sense of the sky and the earth. And with the next few breaths now, as you inhale, I want you to inhale and expand, looking up at the sky, and imagine that you can mimic that expansiveness in the body, moving the breath in all directions, maybe even past the boundaries of the skin, if you can perceive that. Expansive. And when you exhale, I want you to completely become aware of the earth below you as you relax and surrender the weight of your entire being into the earth. So I want you to fluctuate between those two realities for the next few breaths here as you inhale, really expanding and finding expansion inside of the experience of yourself. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale and feel that real grounding, surrendering, safe sensation of just being able to let go. And then let's just take a few moments to just lay and rest in Shavasana and just let the mind do what it wants. We let go. We can let go of the practice and just be present to what just is. However the mind dances, let it dance. Good, and then start to make some little movements in the fingers, toe tips, and slowly wake the body up into whatever movements feel good. And then as you're ready, make your way into a seated position again. And let's just close with one pranayama exercise. So again, when you come to your seat, just see that you can sit tall and comfortable. So if you need to put something underneath your bum to sit your hips a little higher, then do so. Okay, and then the practice that we're going to do is Nadi Shodhana. So it's the alternate nostril breathing. It's a nice practice to balance out the left and right side of the body and the left and right side of the mind, and find a sense of balance, a little more balance in our step. Okay, so right index and middle finger can come either to the palm, or it can come to this Bhumadhya point, which is the point in between the eyebrow center. So whatever is comfortable. We're using thumb and ring finger to alternate closing each nostril. When you're closing off the nostril, don't close it right at the nostril. It will disturb the little hairs and maybe disturb the breathing, likely disturb the breathing. So just a gentle press on where the crease is at the nostrils. Keep your right arm slightly away so you're not compressed against the body. Relax the shoulders and sit very tall. Closing off the right nostril, close your eyes and exhale out your left nostril. Inhale left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, 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 exhale right. Inhale right, exhale left. Good. Bring your right hand back down to the knee. And that's your practice today.